Mr. Yemi Amodu, the producer and director of the movie Shadow Parties, speaks further on the budget of the movie and the pivotal role of the Bank of Industry.
My original budget was 60 million. I was advised to cut it down. I cut it to 45 million. And from 45 million again, I was advised to cut it down to 35 million thereabout, and 34 million more than 60,000 naira was approved for me.
Talking about the Bank of Industry's intervention, in your own case, what's the structure of that loan?
With the Nolly Fund scheme, you have 1 year moratorium. Then the following year, they believe that within the 1 year, you must have executed the project and they finish it. Then you go to cinema, you hit the cinema, you know, for sales to begin. So then you have another 1 year for the money to return. So it's a 2-year term loan.
When do we hope to see Shadow Parties at the big screens? Shadow
Parties is ready for you. We are supposed to hit the cinema in December, last December 2018. But because we are not quite satisfied with the noise, that we want to really make heavy noise, because a film like that will be shortchanging ourselves if we don't really spread it, you know, make people, you know, aware of it so that they can go there to see it. So by the special grace of God, by Easter, Shadow Parties will hit the cinema.
Based on your own experience, what's been the impact of the BOI Nolly Fund in the movie industry? Was it necessary?
You see, the intervention of a Nolly Fund scheme is a leverage. For the industry, it's a leverage. In fact, I want to term it a kind of lifeline, because the industry was going into extinction, total extinction. It was becoming the capitalist business, you know. And by the time Nolly Fund came, somebody like me, for instance, would not have, you know, that kind of fund to produce a film that will hit the cinema. I may not even have the opportunity to say, okay, I have my film, how do I take it to cinema? Because I'll be scared of so many things. I'll be scared of the budget of my film. Then the budget for the publicity, where will I see the money to publicize? You know. So, but with the Nolly Fund scheme, yes, that confidence comes back to people like us and many others. You know, of course, you know them. So many people that will never think of it. Once you can show your brilliance with the bank, because when I was going to the bank, for instance, my wife asked me, who do you know there? I said, I don't know anybody. She said, why are you going there? You are only going there to waste your time. If you don't know anybody there, you cannot access. I said, well, I know somebody. She said, who? She became curious. I said, God. He said, oh, she laughed me. And at the end of the day, when I was able to access it, she was just saying, thank God, oh, and so you really have that God. You know, because it is not a magic. You go there, you go and talk what you know. You know, so it is a kind of resurrection for the filmmakers, the real filmmakers, you know, to come back alive and show little of what they know of what they know of, you know, filmmaking. So with the Nolly Fund scheme, I think we can't have it better.
The MD CEO, Afri Nolly, Mr. Chike Maduegbuna, says the Bank of Industry's intervention in the Nigerian movie industry helped to make sense of a very chaotic situation.
We started this as a Fans Connect Online in 2010 and as a digital marketing company. And the aim then was to look at how to use technology to actually, you know, we want to leverage technology and helping multinationals to engage the demography 15 to 35 years old. So we spent a lot of time creating solutions because we knew that we're entering straight to the digital frontier, and we are aware that mobile devices will be the, you know, leading platform. So we were developing our expertise on how to build apps and stuff like that. And that was in 2010, and we ran it all the way up to, I think it was in 2012 when we won the Google Android Developers Challenge. You know, winning that competition, in fact, that's when Google actually came to Africa. They were looking for Android developers. And for that competition, we decided to build an app called Afrinoli, for that competition. And for us, what we're actually looking at that point was, we believe in platforms. We had already built a football platform for Fans Connect Online where football fans were actually communicating and conversing. And we felt that the next platform will actually be movies, And we're looking at African movies, looking at Nollywood in particular, to say, okay, what if we build a platform that can connect people around the movies? And back then, the question we used to ask ourselves is that if I ask you what movie has come out lately in Nollywood, how will you know? If we ask what movie has come out in Hollywood, people can actually guess, but we don't have any such structure for Nollywood. So we decided to actually, build Afrinoli as a curator, as an aggregator of content coming from Nollywood. And that's what we built for the competition. And one of the things we found out when we built Afrinoli was that, anybody who show it, they get excited about it because, people really love African movies. They love Nollywood. And people just liked it. And we felt that if they like it that much and they are kind of happy about it, maybe we should actually leave it as a product, So that was actually what took us into the movie industry as a business. And that was the first interface we had with the movie industry. And since then, we moved, up to different steps to where we are now, that we are now running a studio. We have a creative hub. We're into distribution, and then we're also into production. What we did with the funds we got from our fund was specifically meant for equipment. So we had to invest in cameras, in lenses, in rigs, different gears, and then we have to drones, and then we also have to invest in post-production facilities. We already have some things, and the new things we don't have, we have to buy it. So today we can boast of a full sound and a full video post-production facility. I think what the Bank of Industry has done is to come in and see how they can make sense of a very chaotic environment. And honestly, I have tremendous respect for them for venturing into this, because banks by design are guided by due diligence. And presently, if there's one thing Nollywood is lacking, it's the inability to pass a due diligence. So they are coming in, it's more like that first step towards bringing some sense of sanity into what needs to happen. People now have to understand they need to register a company, they need to pay their tax, they need to have some structure around what they are doing. So I give BOI big kudos for even venturing into that.
If you belong in the creative industry and you're wondering, how can I get financing for my project? There goes your solution. Make haste to the Bank of Industry and claim your share of the BOI Nolly Fund intervention today. Visit any of their offices closest to you or log on to their website at boi.ng for further inquiries. Now, previous editions of the program are all available on youtube.com. All you have to do is type BOI Weekly in the search area. I would like to hear from you regarding BOI's intervention programs. Feel free to tweet at me at KAY Alayode, and let's continue the conversation online. That's our show for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayode. Bye now.